We need to stop making people's worst moments the definition of who they are. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jen. I encourage women to learn from my mistakes to potentially save their marriage. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And tonight's topic is reconciliation of marriage. People are going to judge. They're going to judge me, they're going to judge my husband, they're going to judge me more than my husband, and that's fine. My husband and I first met back in 2016 when I was a single mother not healed from my past. My selfless husband saw the damage in me and came to correct me. My husband knew that I needed help and I needed guidance, and I looked at it as control, because that's just what this world likes to make us female think, that all men want to control us, and that's just not true. I just wasn't mature enough. I wasn't ready to grow. There's many different things that fell under the category of disrespecting my husband. Things I didn't find that were disrespectful at the time. Things like entertaining other males, messaging back if they messaged me. I was into fitness and I had a lot of people always messaging me, and I felt like I'm just responding to them. Other men messaging me was not for quote unquote fitness, and I always looked at it in a sense of, well, this could be potential business, this could potentially get me somewhere, and I had no business doing that. I had no business responding to men at all. I had a whole husband, and I'm over here looking for business that I have no part of. It was a form of disrespect for him. Posting my body on social media because, again, fitness, I felt like, oh, I'm just doing this because I'm a mother who had kids and I want to motivate other women. But in the back of my mind, I liked the attention that I was getting because I was lacking it somewhere else, and I was unaware of that. When we moved out and got our own place, my husband had lost his job the very next day. I quickly went online. I was like, I'll find a job, like, I'll take care of it, I'll handle it, like, I got us. Not realizing that that's not my position. Not realizing that it's not my job to provide. It is not my job to sit here and provide for my family. That's my husband's job, and I took it upon myself to do that. I started working a lot. Roles were reversed. He became the stay-at-home parent and I was the working parent, but that wasn't what our marriage was formed to be. So I would come home and I would still have to do my home duties, and it conflicted a lot. We were always conflicting because I felt like I was helping you, you're supposed to be helping me. But he never asked me to help him. He never asked me to go get a job. He never asked me to go do that. All he's ever asked me to do was to be the stay-at-home wife, to raise our children, to be the mother to our children, not the provider. He's never once asked me to provide for our family because that's not my job. The misunderstanding, it's something that I had to learn, that I had to understand. It's something that I had to, for so long, remove, because essentially I was taught that I don't need a man and I could do it on my own. It became very toxic. I started therapy for myself, felt more like I'm not getting help here, I'm just venting. So then I offered marriage counseling, and my husband was so opposed to it because he felt like all I had to do was listen to him and things would be resolved. And in my mind, I was just like, you know, that's not how things are gonna work around here. Like, that's not what we're doing. And it got to the point where I wanted out of our marriage. We were going head to head all the time. I just became more selfish. I felt like being alone would be better than the position I was in at that time. I felt like I was always told, I don't need a man, go get it my own self, because men aren't anything. And let me tell you something. Y'all need to stop telling your daughters this. Y'all need to stop telling your daughters this lie. Because the truth of the matter is, just because you feel like the man you chose isn't anything, and because the man you chose ain't, doesn't mean all men ain't. Like, you choose who you're with. So for women to sit here and say to their daughters, like, or even fathers to their daughters, telling them, like, you know, don't depend on a man. We're supposed to depend on our husbands. What are you talking about? Or men aren't anything. Like, Our husbands are everything. You're setting your daughters up for failure automatically by saying that, just because you guys chose the wrong people, just because you guys messed around with the wrong people, just because you guys were surrounded by the wrong type of people. I just went on a tangent about that. Oops. So that's what ended up happening. I ended up leaving. We were separated for 3 months. We did our own thing, and we got back together in faith, knowing that there was so much work and forgiveness to work through, knowing that we had 2 different mindsets, knowing that I still had a lot of growth. Like, I came back with the same mindset I had. We started marriage counseling, which helped tremendously. I love our marriage counselors. We took away so many great tools from counseling, but I didn't change as a person. So my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law brought the Most High into my husband and I's lives until we started Bible studying, until I started to build a relationship with the Most High. I didn't understand anything. Until I was able to learn his characteristics was I truly able to understand that I have to forgive not only my husband for what he's done to me, I have to forgive myself for what I've done to my husband and for the things that has happened in our marriage because of me. I had to understand that the process of our marriage being renewed and coming together takes time. I immediately was like, you better trust me again. You better love me the way you loved me before. Why aren't you doing it? And it was terrible. Like, just like, I laugh about it because I'm like, who did you think you are? Like, you are the one that needs to work over here. Silly girl. Marriage is a covenant. The world loves to paint this picture of marriage being a piece of paper, wedding bands, reception, white dresses. That could be the world version of marriage, but biblical marriage is only produced by the Most High himself. He's the only one that can make it oneness. Materialistic things does not. The world loves to tell us marriages are never going to be saved. In the world, they won't be saved. Matthew 19:26 tells us that it's impossible with man, but it's all possible with the Most High. A marriage is impossible to be saved through the world. It can only be saved with the Most High's presence by putting him first. It's important to have communication, respect, honesty, trust, empathy. Listen, marriages end in divorce all the time for many different reasons. My marriage almost ended, but the Most High came, the Most High saved, the Most High delivered. I don't say all this to share my business. I say this because he delivers, and I want to share his glory and the things that he's done in mine and my husband's lives. I believe that I'm here to reach women who are lost in the world, women who are acting the way I acted. With the Most High, I learned how to be a wife, a mother, a better woman, and I just want to share that in this channel with everyone. So much for tuning into this episode. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.